Alright, welcome back to my channel. In the last series, when I talked about everyday social anxiety problems, I was going to do school for one of the issues, but then I realized that school can be broken down into many smaller problems since there's just so much going on there. So I have about another week's worth of videos all about problems that are specifically related to school. And this is just what I remember from high school. College is a bit different on some of these issues, but some of these things I also do still experience. Some of these I do have specific stories to tell about my experience with them, and others are just I had problems with them in general. And they're not arranged in any particular order, it's just what I thought of off the top of my head. So the first problem that I thought of was giving speeches or presentations. This is a fairly common one that I'm sure most people experience. I would have to give some kind of a presentation for just about every class, but the most was probably in Spanish. We would have presentations often, but not often enough where there would still be plenty of time in between two presentations, like maybe a few weeks or a month or something. Whereas with other classes, I maybe only have one or two presentations the entire year. But whenever we were giving a presentation, I would panic about it at home when I was working on it. And usually with a bigger presentation, we would be given a couple weeks to work on the project. And I always have mixed feelings about this. It always felt better to me to not have to worry about something scary happening for a couple weeks, so I could just push it to the back of my mind and not think about it. But also, if we had more time before the actual day came, then I would have more time to worry about it. And because they were giving us so much time to work on it, that just made me feel like there was so much more pressure to do really well on it. And on the day the presentations, but before anyone had gone, the teacher would always ask if there were volunteers for someone to go first. And I would always think to myself, it's probably just better to get it over with, and then you can just sit there and not really pay attention for the rest of the day. But I was always just slightly hesitant enough that I would never raise my hand. And so I would have to sit there the whole 1 hour class period in agony thinking, oh my god, my turn's coming next, what am I gonna do? And I would be rehearsing my lines over and over again in my head so that hopefully when it actually was my turn, I would know exactly what to say. But when I actually got up there, it was like my memory was just gone, and I would start out pretty good, but then I would skip a few things and I would have to come back to some things, and it probably just didn't make sense overall. And there was this one time in middle school when we had a presentation to do for a Spanish class that I was just so nervous thinking about that I didn't even want to do it, so that maybe I wouldn't have to give a presentation after all. And it was worth a lot of points, and I knew that it was really going to negatively impact my grade, but that fear was so strong that I just felt that not doing it was a lot better than getting a bad grade in the class. So that was about presentations. The next one is similar-ish. I'm gonna film that one right now so you won't have to wait for it.